this is Monstertaming coming at you with another Kindred Fates newsletter. This time we're May 2nd, 2025. This is also doubles as the beta patch notes, by the way. So for progress, this past month was an absolute whirlwind as we prepared to release the Combat Arena Beta, which came out April 26th. For players with Challenger tier package or higher, you can read about how to access it here. I also made a video on that as well if you're interested. We've had a great time watching people explore the new additions, and it feels fantastic finally having some single player content in people's hands. Since we've worked on so many different things, this newsletter will be a higher level than usual. From here, our main focus is increasing scalability, fixing bugs, and adding some quality of life features that didn't make it into initial release. For upcoming beta patches, one of our biggest priorities is tracking down a certain crash and preventing corrupted saves. If you haven't played the Combat Arena Beta yet and you want to go in blind, you may want to skip this next session. These bullet points will function more or less as patch notes for the beta. While it's not everything that's been changed, most of this was what was necessary to turn the previous version of the Combat Arena into the beta. Added kinfolk as Briarhorn and K-Knight. Implemented a cutscene where you choose your starting kinfolk at the start of the Combat Arena Beta. This cutscene is unique to the arena and will not appear in the full game. Enabled character customization, added controller support to the customization UI, fixed the issues with where facial details were washed out and other miscellaneous bugs. Revamped our tutorials for capture using healing items, death, shrine, survival. Ensured that these tutorials show up at appropriate times. More reliable matchmaking that creates matches between players with the lowest ping. The lowest ping between two players, Improvements to how matchmaking invites are sent and received. Added controller support for the networking UI. Turned the NPC spawners into an explorable area and added nighttime spawners. Added the ability to enter character customization inside the game via the mirror in the camp. Added a camera zoom as a slider in the game. Adjusted clouds on weather settings and fixed issues related to some ability VFX. Prevented players from being able to sell certain important key items. Final fixes and polish for the item quick use hotbar. Forcing characters' health bar to be visible when locking onto them. Re-enabled the recall VFX when a kinfolk returns to the summoner. And polish how it looks. Added an improved NPC navigation feature to allow restless kinfolk to better chase the player during ether runs. Added summoner catches, or caches, which are an interactable chest that only the summoner can open. Item pop-ups always show the resulting item when cooking. Balance the rate at which characters gain XP from combat. Balance the levels at which different kinfolk learn abilities. Balance the levels of the NPCs. Balance the cooldowns of some of the new abilities, and finalize the environment for Ether Run, a new mode that puts a monster catching twist on the classic wave-based survival, previously referred to as Red Letter mode. Here is some gameplay if you haven't seen it yet, so let's go and take a look at that. And there you have the gameplay preview. I also have plenty of gameplay on my channel if you want to see more. Okay, now this is just a huge list of bug fixes as well. I'm not going to read all of these out, but if you're interested in them, you can either pause the video and read them yourself, or there will be a link in the description if you want to read them all. I didn't think there was anything that really need to be mentioned here, but it can be interesting if you want to know every detail of the developer progress. And then in case you didn't know, they also post weekly on Blue Sky. Here's what they posted over the last month. Again, there'll be a link to this newsletter where you can get the links to the Blue Sky if you're interested. And then for the community, in case you haven't seen it yet, we're running an advanced testing group. This group consists of volunteers who are given early access to potential beta updates and test it for bugs before we do a public release. To join, all you have to do is make several high-quality bug reports on a Discord server, and you will be approached. Note that the ATG requires signing of a non-disclosure agreement. We want to give a huge shout out to our ATG and beta players who have been giving us so much helpful information for finding and squashing bugs. Thank you all so much. Your help had a big impact on the experience at launch. A member of the community commissioned an artist to draw a group profile picture featuring other community members and some of the dev team. It was encouraging to see and a fun way of celebrating the beta's release. So let's go look at that real quick. So here you get a good look at the picture. I've also put it as the thumbnail of the video as well, and yeah, you can get a closer look or save it or whatever you want, I guess, if you go into the community newsletter itself. It's basically just a large collection of various community members and developers. The third person on the top row with the little safari type hat on, that is Sir Bork. He commissioned the picture, so thank you very much for that. And second from last, on the bottom right, is Polly, who actually made the art. So thank both of you for that. It was a pleasure being a part of this and really helped inspire me to get back into the groove of things again, seeing all the community come together like this. So thank you for that, and wonderful celebration for the beta. And then to wrap things up on this newsletter was a fun exercise. We'd like you to answer this. After you've played the beta for a bit, tell us about your favorite kinfolk partner. What nickname did you give them? What personality type? And did you survive any harrowing situations together? So, to let everyone know my little story, you can also comment it on the newsletter. Again, link in the description. Commented, I presume it'd be okay for you to share it on the Discord, and you can share it in the comments here in this video as well, as I'd like to hear what you have to say. But for me, my favorite kinfolk, after long deliberation, I'm pretty sure it's still Shovelet. Bryhorn is really fun, but I named my Shovelet Bob. Bob the Shovelet, as that was a reference to the Ballad of Bob the Shovelet, some April Fool's fan reading, AI generated fanfic that happened. I don't actually remember his personality type off the top of my head, and we did technically survive some harrowing situations in PvP together. I haven't had a particularly harrowing situation where he helped me in PvE yet, but in PvP we've had a few. Again, video's up right now if you want to see that. And then down here is just a lexicon, just telling you what everything means. And thank you for stopping by. See you on the next newsletter on June 6th. Any comments? Nope, no comments yet. I was going to read other people's stories, but alright. That's it for May 2nd. So we'll see you again next month. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye. God bless. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.